Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo, and welcome to my scrapbook table where I am working on the wedding album. That's my project for most of the month of September. That's what many of the layouts are going to be. Here are some embellishment clusters that I created the last day or two using supplies from the Moonlit Garden packs that I have, as well as some other things. I used some dies of my own and some other frames and things to create these embellishment clusters so that I have them to work with as I go. So the photo I'm using, the main one, is the inside of the church building where the wedding took place, and then I have this little one that was a sign they had there that said, "Pick a seat, not a side." And I had a scrap of paper from this Moonlit Garden kit, and I cut out the center so that I could use it for something else. But I'm just using that to frame the photo. There's not a lot of work to do on this layout because the background paper is so pretty. It handles much of the work. I did use one of my Elizabeth Craft Designs dies and cut out this tab paper that you see behind the photo, and I cut it out in paper and I cut it out in vellum. And I'm not sure why, but lately my Gemini die cutting machine is causing die cuts, especially large ones like this, to come out wrinkled. And I'm really not happy with that. I don't know if I need to replace my plates or something. Here's one of the embellishment clusters I made. I used a Stampin' Up! Die to create the base and some random ephemera. There's a bird, there's some stamps, a little frame, and a doily, and a couple little word pieces. I thought about creating a shelf here with this piece, but I ended up not doing that. I felt like it was too light and just wasn't going to serve the purpose that I wanted. So what am I doing now? I'm not sure. Oh, I'm going to go through some of my other embellishments and decide what else I can add. This is just a scrap of grid paper, which I'm going to tuck there on the right of my photo. Oh, I thought this was all glued down. I must have decided it needed more. Maybe I only had a little adhesive on it till I decided for sure where I wanted to put it. I had to make sure this was low enough to accommodate the embellishment cluster that was going to go at the top. This church building was a historic building in Bartlett, Tennessee, just outside of Memphis. It's now owned by the city of Bartlett, and they have some city offices there. They also have a conference center, but they kept the sanctuary of the church building in its original, or as much as in the original form as they could. And it was a lovely place to have the ceremony. And Brian and Kayla were really lucky to find this when they did, because they were planning this much later in the process than a lot of weddings are planned, simply the way it worked out. And this happened to be open a weekend that was one of their possible weekends they wanted to get married. So we were really happy to find that they found this. And it was a pretty place to have everything. And it was really convenient that the reception could be right there as well. So I have some vellum things that I have cut out from a Stampin' Up! Set of dies, and I'm just tucking a couple in here and there. This is an old die set called, it is called, I don't know what it's called, Stitched Labels. No, yeah, maybe Stitched Labels. I'm not sure. I think that's it. I have a couple die sets in one box, so I can't tell for sure, but I do know it's old. And I have a little ticket one that I tuck in at the top there. And you don't see them much on camera, but in real life you can see the layer that they add. I also used one behind the little photo that says, "Pick a seat, not a side." Then I found this, it's really a little bingo card, but it says hello, and I liked that because you saw this sign just as you walked in. So I thought hello was an appropriate. And I'm not going to do any journaling on this. I just wanted this nice photo of the interior to be in their wedding album. And also, I had a page where, like, I had a blank side that I needed to fill in. And for this picture, the order of where it is in the album doesn't really matter. It's not, like, important that it be in a certain place because it happened first or something. So I just decided to leave it and let it fill in that gap. I thought about adding a heart, but there's no people in here, so I opted to just leave this as is. You'll see the still shots coming up in just a moment. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will have some links below, especially to Shannon's Facebook group, where she talked us through creating an album in a month. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you get to create something in your craft room soon. Bye.